Hey YouTube, today I'm going to be giving you a room tour since it's almost the end of 2023. So I still have this desk from last year. I've had it for many years before I started the channel though. I've had this desk in here for about 5 years at this point. Maybe even 6. But as you can see, I have my computer here with YouTube Studio because I'm recording from my other camera in case you don't notice. Because I want to know what it feels like and see what the experience is getting it to upload from this to my new computer. Because I'm not usually used to this. It might take longer for this to upload from the time I'm recording this because it takes a lot more work. Because of course, these cameras can't access the internet. But as you can see, I got a shelf of just old school technology, 90s Nintendo or 80s and 90s Nintendo consoles, and then 2000s Nintendo consoles. And then over here we have my game shelf of retro games from some consoles over here, which I'll show you in a minute. So as you see here, we've got GameCube, GBA, DS, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 continuing down here as well. Let me see if this will focus. I'm going to back up a little bit and see if this focuses. Sorry, this is blurring. Wow, it's because... Oh, alright, here we go. Might be because of these plug-in lights over here that's causing it to blur. But as you see here, we have more PS3 games. We've got some Wii games here, along with that cool collector's box of Wii Sports Resort. And then we've got some 3DS games here and a bunch of and 4 Game Boy Advance games that I have just the cartridge for, and they aren't complete. And then down here is where I charge my phone and where I plug in these lights. Alright, so that is the first desk and the game shelf setup. Next, we've got the big desk setup, and as you see, I think I've mentioned this in the previous video too, that I've got this gaming chair finished building, or I finished putting it together. So as you see here, I've got all the older consoles, the Switch over here because I use it as a streaming device, even though YouTube, I don't really care that YouTube's the only streaming service on there because YouTube's my favorite anyways. But yeah, we've got the 7th generation controllers here, and then we've got a shelf over here, or a spot over here, that would have some retro technology. My camera would be over here in case you have noticed in previous videos, maybe. But we've got a DVD remote that actually goes to this portable DVD player. And then we've got an iPod Classic. This is not the very first iPod Classic, but I just chose this one because it's one of the better models. But it definitely did exist in the early 2000s, of course. I mean, when I first know about a product and decide to first invest in it, I don't know a lot about it until Googling it after I first get it. Just like with my first time understanding PlayStation, I didn't fully understand everything about it, and I'm still understanding a little more things about it. Because it's a new console game company for me. But we've got the PlayStation 3 here, the Xbox 360, we've got even some handhelds here as well. We've got the Wii, the original 3DS. You know, I'm going to turn on another light. See, maybe this camera will focus in better. And we've got a DS Lite over here, a GameCube, and a Game Boy Advance. And we've got our monitor screen here. So also, in case you remember if you remember me mentioning this spot over here, it's actually going to be in use one day, and I'm actually going to get the back piece on there sometime soon. I'm actually going to use it for my controllers, my extra controllers over here for all those retro systems. For those retro systems, that's I'm gonna have the controllers down here so that I don't have to keep opening that, and they're right by the consoles anyway. So I just find it more convenient to just put them in there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say, but real quickly I can mention something about the games. If you guys had to say, or I have a question for you guys about these older consoles, the ones that I'm talking about anyway. Out of the ones I have, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Wii, and Nintendo 3DS. Out of those 7 consoles, what would be your favorite? And maybe I'll talk about the games separately and ask you, out of what games I have, what is my favorite, or what is your favorite, and maybe I'll share my favorite as well, even though that's kind of a hard decision at this point, because I have a lot of games here that I really do enjoy, because they're all retro. But I think that's all I have to show you guys for this tour. Stay tuned. I'm going to try and make one more video before the end of the year, so stay tuned for that. And if I don't make it before the end of the year, then Happy New Year.